Hey guys, so I'm coming to you today in a vlog post. Really, more or less for the reason of we have so many great things that have gone on this week that it would just be way too much for me to write about. You would be reading for ever and ever and ever. So, what I have decided to do today is talk to you guys about some of the things that have gone on this week with our Camp Innovation Day. Camp Innovation was an idea that our innovation team has come up with this year to kind of showcase the changes that have gone on in our schools since the beginning of the year. And our innovation team consists of about 8 teachers. It's going to be the same group of teachers that we're actually putting toward our innovation advocates that are due next week. But we've kind of already been meeting with teachers in that capacity since August, and we decided that we were going to do a innovation day to kind of showcase the things that we're doing. So Wednesday we had our first annual Camp Innovation. And to say that it was a success is an understatement, to say the least. And it's kind of the reason that I've been off the grid for a couple of weeks because I've been in teachers' classrooms. We've been doing one-to-one meetings. We've been staying after school to kind of plan STEAM-based projects that are tied to standards in their curriculum because we did not want students to have to guess the reason or the connection between the STEAM challenge and the content, that they were just going to be kind of seamlessly integrated. And so that's kind of been where I've been the past 3 weeks. And it's kind of been kind of a snowball effect of things that have been going on. But I wanted to share our Twitter feed with you guys today because honestly, it's the best way for me to share with you some of the things that have been going on in our school over the last week or so, but especially this week with Camp Innovation. If you will notice, we have a couple of rock star teachers, and I'm going to kind of talk to you a little bit about those teachers. Miss Kirby is a sixth grade math teacher at our school. And Miss Kirby, this is her first year in sixth grade math. She was super nervous about changing content areas. She really was not confident in the change that she was making, but she kind of wanted a break up from her third year in fifth grade math. And so she is actually changing the way that she teaches math and doing it through kind of a hands-on, authentic learning experience type fashion. And her grade level in sixth grade has decided to do a cross-curricular PBL this 9 weeks. And we spent most of the summer after I got back from Institute in California planning this cross-curricular PBL experience. And it's kind of all centered around the idea of I am and who I am matters. And it is based on the book Island of the Blue Dolphins. And it's talking about how this young girl survives a horrible, horrible life event. And what about her makes her a survivor? And so the English teachers in the English department use this novel to teach their literary elements through, and their STEAM challenges through this book were based around the idea of textual evidence and creating scenes from the book and be able to connect their idea of what was happening in the book with real life challenges. The math department took the data from the book and let the kids recreate data and plot that data and be able to use that to apply mathematical skills. The science department used this book to talk about hurricanes, tornadoes, volcanoes, earthquakes, all of these different natural disasters that could cause. This interruption. At this time. Sorry, guys. So anyway, the science department, they're basically using their curriculum to talk about how to survive these natural disasters that are part of the science curriculum. So in this case, Ms. Kirby has actually used Scratch, the coding software, to let students code their digital selves, to talk about who they are as a survivor. And they've used their data. They actually talk about their data that they have used to plot all these points and do all these mathematical skills. They actually have their digital selves presenting this data. And so you'll see here that Lily is a student of ours, and she's actually leading the Scratch session. And so students are teaching small group sessions on coding and technology. If you look down, and I'm going to kind of stop here, these are students in an English class that are using textual evidence to perform 5 different STEAM challenge stations. So there's a station on compare and contrast, a station on symbolism, a station on imagery and visualization, characterization, and then central idea and details. But every one of these stations is a STEAM challenge. One of them is including spheros. One of them is including a sorting challenge. One of them is including actually constructing a scene from the book using textual evidence. It's pretty amazing to see literacy incorporated and embedded into the world of STEAM. It's pretty awesome. And the planning with these teachers has been just something that I've never gotten to experience before. In the science department, you'll notice that we actually turned a teacher's room into a disaster zone, and students had to act as if they were first responders and code an Ollie, which is a robot, as you can see here, the little black Ollie. They got two pieces of cardboard, and we're told that they could only use the two pieces of cardboard to get the Ollie over the debris to get to the survivors. And they only had so many tries or attempts to do that. And they had to use math, and they had to be able to use reasoning skills to be able to get their first responders into those survivors without themselves being injured, and the Ollie being them. The kids were so competitive and they were so excited about it. And every person that walked in the room, you could just tell the energy was so high, and the kids could really explain the learning that was taking place and how they designed and using the engineering and design process. It was really, really neat. We had students all over the school in every single content area, in every single classroom, doing STEAM challenges based on their content. And I think that to me was the thing that pumped me up so great, is that every time I've kind of been talking to you guys about my experience with the teachers, we did have a few teachers who were kind of reticent. They were kind of hesitant to let me come in and give them feedback and let's pick a challenge. And every teacher in the school let me come in and assist them with STEAM challenges. And they were excited about it, and they were pumped when we had Camp Innovation Day, and we had 140 visitors from the community and the surrounding educational community to come and kind of see what we've been doing. And the excitement was just kind of palpable when we let the kids actually talk to them about what they were doing and the application of their learning. When you have kids who are ADHD, who normally can't sit down for 5 minutes, and they're sitting down for 45 minutes showing you how to code a robot and how they made this maze and how they use math to convert measurement to seconds so the Sphero could be coded correctly. It was just crazy. It's been crazy, the change that we've seen in Childersburg Middle School over the past 9 weeks. So I just kind of wanted to use this time to praise my staff and to praise my school, and also just to kind of brag on our cool robot cookies. I know that those were super tasty, and I was super glad to find those. You got to love cookies, right? Robot cookies are the best. But regardless, I just wanted to share kind of what our staff and our students have been doing to really recreate the culture of our school. And I think it's amazing that the staff has actually taken this on and been willing to let me come in and be a part of their world. So this is my vlog for the week. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing what's been going on at Childersburg Middle, and we are super proud of the progress we're making.